Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Chris the Down One, and I am back with another video. It's a rainy night, well, rainy day in my neighborhood. We just witnessed a downpour. Just a few minutes ago, it rained for like, oh my God, it rained for like a good 30 minutes, and now it's finally clearing up. But now it left the traffic at a standstill. So your boy got to do some maneuvering through the city. All right. So I figured, well, let me just do a quick live stream and catch you guys up to date on what's going on in the world. And Dwight Howard, and this article is from BleacherReport.com, by the way. But Dwight Howard indicated that his 2015 year, he was thinking about retiring, calling it a wrap, calling it a career, because he described the joy of playing basketball was sucked out of his life. Okay. Now, Dwight Howard, the best thing to describe to me, Dwight Howard's best years in the NBA happened to be with the Orlando Magic. He can never reproduce what he did when he was a member of the Orlando Magic, because the Orlando Magic centered a lot of talent around Dwight Howard, where it got into the point where Dwight Howard really didn't have to do too much, just be Dwight Howard. Okay. And when he left Orlando, and he left on bad terms, he went to the Los Angeles Lakers for 1 year. And when I heard about this, I was saying to myself, when you look at that deal, talent-wise, it made all the sense. Pairing up with still in his prime, Kobe Bryant, still in his prime, that could have been a 1-2 punch, not like Kobe and Shaq, but Kobe and Howard would have been a good, awesome unit. Okay, and it didn't play out. All right, due to Kobe Bryant injuring himself, as well as Steve Nash. And when you talk about the two personalities, they could not mesh with one another. So Dwight Howard exit stage left to the Houston Rockets. Now, when you look at that situation, to me, on the outside looking in, I felt like that was another place Dwight Howard, the personality of Dwight Howard would thrive in that city, because the city, when you're talking about Houston, Texas, they're not that dominant, a rabid fan base like the New York Knickerbockers, or or the Detroit Pistons, a team like that thrives for the success of their teams, and Boston as well, a rabid fan base. Dwight Howard's personality would have flourished in that type of city, and also in that type of environment. Plus, Olajuwon was going to help Dwight Howard hone in on his offensive, particularly in the low post, where he struggles a little bit. And it just did not work out. It didn't mash. And to also make matters worse, James Harden was also added into the mix. And a lot of people were thinking, oh, well, this is a good 1-2 punch. James Harden and Dwight Howard, two players who desperately need the ball. Okay, one player needs it because of his talent, critiques him, and it fits him. And that player is James Harden, versus Dwight Howard. He was still a little injury prone, and he really didn't develop and honed in to when you talk about the low post offense. He was trying to do other things other than develop as a big man. Okay, and it seems like Dwight Howard really didn't want to be like an average big man. If Dwight Howard would have honed in on his potential and would have just honed in on particularly what Olajuwon was trying to get through to Dwight Howard, which was to be a dominant big man. And Dwight Howard didn't see himself that way. And when people were trying to compare Dwight Howard, they normally compared him to Shaq, because Shaq was a dominant presence down in the paint, okay? And they figured, well, Dwight Howard is more athletic than Shaq, even though I felt like Shaq, when he was with the Orlando Magic, was more athletic than Dwight Howard. But a lot of people seem to think Dwight Howard was a lot more conditioned than Shaq and more athletic than Shaq, which was true. The later years of Shaq, I can agree with a lot of people. But however, when Shaq was in his ultimate prime with the Orlando Magic, he was more athletic and more polished as a center, as a big man, okay, than Dwight Howard. And that's not a knock towards Dwight Howard. At the end of the day, you have to be who in your mind you want to be. You can't make somebody be something that they don't want to be, that particular person, okay? So 2015, Shaq was really injury. He was really Shaq. Dwight Howard was injury prone, okay? As well as a lot of organizations, a lot of agents, a lot of coaches were trying to make Dwight Howard something that he did not have any desire to be. At the end of the day, Dwight Howard's problem is mental. In his early years, before, when he left the Orlando Magic, he had a good structure around him that kept him focused, kept him in tune, and kept him responsible for his actions. And he did not like that. He wanted to be the goofy presence. He really didn't view basketball that seriously. He wanted to be that individual. That's why he left the Orlando Magic. And when the Lakers were sort of catering to his wishes, it didn't take them that much longer to figure out, well, maybe you should take this a little bit more seriously. And Kobe Bryant even reiterated that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said that Shaq when you look at him on an athletic proportion, his athletic skills are through the roof. However, Dwight Howard's problem is mental. He doesn't take things very seriously. He likes to goof off. And that's why, to me, Dwight Howard killed a lot of potential years, a lot of valuable years, not going into the gym, crafting and perfecting his game. And that's why there's a decline in Dwight Howard. When Dwight Howard signed that the deal with the Atlanta Hawks, he went back to his hometown, and he wasn't even making noise then. He started wanting to change his game some more, have more of an offensive presence, like as far as a jumper, and begin shooting threes, things that Dwight Howard is not that good at, okay? He's decent, but he's not that good at it. It's not where he can get fed off of, sort of say. He couldn't feed his family with him shooting three-pointers and long deep twos. That's not Dwight Howard's DNA, okay? Particularly in the later years when his skill has eroded some, okay? So when I read the article, I was agreeing with Dwight Howard, but at the same time, it harbored me back to when Dwight Howard was in his prime. And that's one of the reasons why Dwight Howard ultimately wasted away a lot of potential years, okay? You know, and as far as the Lakers, he was only with the Lakers 1 year. And you can't blame Dwight Howard too much on that, because at the end of the day, Kobe Bryant injured himself. He was out for the year, as well as Steve Nash. Who knows what this team was could have been able to do if Steve Nash and Kobe Bryant was healthy. Okay, but one of them type of stories of a talented NBA player really didn't craft his skills, and now he's a what if type of player. What if he was more committed in the gym, in the film room? We would probably gotten a better type of player. And with Dwight Howard, if Dwight Howard would have been more serious about his craft, Dwight Howard could have gone down as one of the elite centers in the NBA. Okay, you know, even if he was unable to win a ring, but if you look at his performance with the other teams that he played under, he would have dominated a lot of personal records. Okay, so it's one of those type of situations. Dwight Howard was plagued with a lot of injuries, didn't take the game very seriously, and he's a what-if moment. Okay, I'm not going to sit up here and say Dwight Howard was a bust with his career. He had a decent career, but at the end of the day, it's not Hall of Fame. I don't think he's going to ever be in the Hall of Fame unless they have a slow year or one of their weakest years where they thinking about nominating Dwight Howard. But it's just one of those types of things. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please, notification squad in the building. Hit that notification icon, that notification bell, so you'll know when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Down One, and I am out, y'all.